not reflect the views of WinFM 98.9. WinFM reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse to take any call from any person who, in WinFM's considered opinion, is likely to expose the station to liability for statements made on the air.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Jade actually just had the urge to freestyle over old school hip hop beat.
In that type of time.
Mm.
In that type of time.
Well, in the absence of that, I'm just gonna say good morning to all the sippers out there. You're welcome. Welcome. You're here to partake in some island tea this morning. It's December 9th, and you're here with your faves, me, Azem, and of course Jade Gwenigan, Idita, CPL, Martha Stewart, Clear-Eyed Johnson. Good morning, Jade. How are you doing?
You want the real answer?
Yes, please.
I'm sleepy bad as him.
Oh, boy.
I am sleepy. You know what happened? I feel like young, so I'm going out in the night.
And
then can I wake up in the morning?
He's one of them.
Mm-hmm. I went to Last Lap's birthday party.
You and everybody else, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Last Lap turned 1 yesterday. Congratulations. There were people out and about. Shout out to Mr. Grant and Jaleel and everybody who has made Last Lap what it is. But Mr. Grant, we need some variety over by KFC. Me not going on over there.
Some variety over?
Some variety. Things over there missing too long. We like when KFC got all the things he's supposed to get.
So right now it's just fries and chicken. And lucky if you get a biscuit.
Bye.
Like, what we're missing? Well, we know wedges been gone since the pandemic. That is one thing that I think that we generally miss when we're talking about the long-lasting impacts of COVID.
Bye. Rip two wedges, bye.
But yeah, RIP to wedges. It's unfortunate.
They're on a coaster.
What?
They're giving us Swiss Miss ketchup.
What?
You know Swiss Miss they don't have a ketchup.
No.
KFC is supposed to have that specific ketchup. Hunt's. Hunt's is the only ketchup that goes with KFC. Swiss Miss throwing me off and so, bye, listen. Get over there, you know. But good morning. Good morning. Let me phone loud. How would this happen?
Ooh, I don't know.
Some jumping must be do that.
Speaking of went out last night and now have things to complain about this morning. I keep forgetting to do this. What I was reminded last night.
What?
Can we get some specialists in to fix this? To fix the circus clock? The circus itself. Like the circus itself needs some attention. It needs some loving.
In a facelift?
You need a facelift, one. 2, all of this ain't on the government. Because some people just use the one pipe. Remember, supposed to go like 4 of them. They use the one pipe for all sort of nefarious activities.
Tisk.
Are you just deal with the pipe like you would deal with a normal pipe, no? Like people just go sit down by the pipe, People just go wash out all kind of cloth where they cleaning car with.
It's true.
Like all kind of things.
I respect the monument at all.
They respect the monument.
Because one, they didn't even realize it's a monument. They just think it's a pipe that I made this since the small. It just happen to be big and green. But meanwhile, when the tourists them come, they're in awe.
They're in awe, as they should be.
Oh my God.
That's our version of big. And this is the thing I just tell people, you know. One thing I recognize about living in the States, right? You want to bring some money, just create a thing. It don't matter what the thing is. It's even better if the thing is big. The bigger the thing, the more people can come and see it and take pictures. It's now a tourist site. Just because you put a thing. Jade, in Chicago, there's a big bean. There's a chrome bean. It's just a bean, Jade.
Yeah, vibesy. Bean. You want to get a picture by the bean?
I went to see the bean and all.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
I went to see the bean. Now we have this monument in the middle of town. And to me, I don't know whose responsibility it is.
I don't know either.
But one, you need painting. Two, you need refurbishing. Three, you need protecting. And four, is a big clock. But none of the clocks work. So let's get the clock. Let's get the clock clocking. Because
Clocking.
let's get the clock clocking, man. Because we're gonna have a Julian. We're gonna have a Julian.
Me
Julian,
no.
you're on the radio. No, you're good.
Why you lying to people?
But no, but we're gonna have but we're gonna have the tourists don't be so enamored.
As they should be.
Yeah. They come up, they take pictures. I'm like, I wish the clock was just the right shade of green. It has been revamped before, like refurbished before. It has been painted over before.
I remember that.
And we were all happy about it. It's just that it's ready again. It's ready again. It's out there in Element School. And then I would like to know, when I'm driving in the circus, how late I am for my actual appointment. So all you have to do is fix the clock.
Yeah, you could just look up and time check, but no. They're just there for style.
Yeah.
Anyway, as them
Yeah.
stop the music for me, please.
Back on music stuff. Am I missing something? What going on, Jade? Why? Jade,
Which part of the song supposed to be? Wait.
I know you're looking for now, Jade.
Where in the song is it?
You might got to fast forward a bit.
Okay, let me see.
Hold on. Good. Let me hear.
It is. That one don't work. Anyway,
Listen. Oh, that's what going on? Where you coming from? For who? For real?
Amen.
Well.
Amen.
Well.
Amen.
What a thing.
What a thing, yes. What a thing, as him.
You're horrible.
How am I horrible? I am celebrating the blessings. The blessings, as him. You don't like to be blessed?
Yeah. Run it.
I like to be blessed. And for the first time ever, as him, CBI dividends is going to be distributed to the citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Congrats. Yay.
We won.
Oh, boy, yeah, pressure the man.
No way, pressure nobody.
Yeah, pressure the man.
Somebody tell me yesterday. Let me read exactly what they said. Let me read exactly what they told me yesterday. Let me look for that little blurb. They said, our PM doesn't BS. That's all I needed. That is all I needed. Well, guys, if you've been on the rock for the last 24 hours, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has approved the payment of a citizenship by investment dividend to the citizens and residents of the Federation. The CBI dividend is a share. Oh, man. They want me to read the article. What is? Oh, no. He gone. Okay, we're back. Yes, the CBI dividend is a share of the profits and retained earnings received from the citizenship by investment program. The CBI dividend will be facilitated through the St. Christopher and Nevis Social Security and will be distributed in 2 tiers or categories. The first category is pensionable and the pensioners, and the second category is classified as those who are not yet pensionable. This is a new policy implemented by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis as a commitment to the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew led St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration's campaign pledge to the citizens and residents of the Federation. Congratulations to you guys. Your 1350 will be on your account soon.
Hey, watch out.
Anything is anything, eh?
Anything is anything. One full basket.
Somebody say even if it's $1, I want it.
Send it.
You know what I didn't like about this though?
What's that?
People keep saying it should only go to people who from St. Kitts. And they mean born in St. Kitts. Why? Do you not know what citizen and resident mean? Do you not know what those words mean? How are y'all gonna decide who's supposed to get and who ain't supposed to get? Oh, in the government?
No, but I guess they're giving their view. But at the same time, let's not be blind to the fact that there are different payments that I'm sure are facilitated by the funds that are brought in by the CBI, and those payments would generally be put towards something specific, whether it is paying for XYZ or to pay this particular group of people, etc., etc., etc. Which is one of the things that I wish they would tell us a bit about, right? But so here it is now. You have this dividend payment, which that in itself being called that is kind of wild to me.
Come on.
You know what dividend is? Like we keep redefining it. Anyway, we're making this a semantic conversation.
We know that. Not this Good Friday.
So here we have this payment that's being paid, and like instead of you just be thankful and grateful, and not only that, and me talking just be thankful and grateful because well is money coming or whatever. Like I think you can objectively criticize the move, right? But when you're going to draw for the nationalistic card, then it's just like
telling you.
You start to feel like no, not them. We.
Like I just had to come off the blue. It's always the blue app, you know.
Yeah.
It's always them people on the blue app.
Yeah.
Why are they behave so?
I think they're legitimate. I think they're legitimate discussions to be had.
Messing on
about this decision, right? But
I didn't see not one.
It's yeah.
All of them were saying the same thing.
What I am hoping though, right, is we can see a move away from what is seeming like increasing dependence on CBI money to fund, to pay, to respond, to everything. Like
you go say what you want, but a CBI.
You want me to tell you something too? No, I don't have. Nobody has to tell me. Nobody has to come out and make a speech about CBI earnings ain't looking like they were looking the last few years.
Oh.
You can't when you're gonna put in place policies that limit where you accept applications from, you're obviously limited. When it's becoming increasingly more and more competitive, right? When we are admittedly in a global recessionary period.
Oh yes.
Like
That is also happening.
So we can't just believe that like it got to a point where every time there is a discussion about money, you got to just count it down. You could put money on it. Give it 10 seconds, CBI can come up.
Buy.
The school burned down, CBI.
CBI that.
The prison building, CBI. We need a hospital, CBI. We need a bridge to Nevis, CBI. We need a... Instead, and the problem I have, right? The problem I have is that very few of these projects, right, are income generating. Very few of these projects, and I'm not talking about like directly. I'm talking about, hey, even if it's aiding in the funding of developing a certain industry that we see scope in, so that industry would then lead to, you know, to persons being involved, companies being set up, bam, 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 in bringing in money to the country, increasing the, no. It's generally, is that, and this is one of the issues that I have, like, a lot of us, we don't understand money. Like, we don't understand money. When you hear somebody say something like 500 million, right? 600 million. To a lot of us,
it's a lot of money.
That sounds like money that can't done here. But let me tell you something. Money could done easy.
But especially if you're spending it on a country.
Money could done easy.
As small as a country that we are, right? We have a lot of bills to pay.
But not only have a lot of bills to pay, but one of the things that people seem to forget, and this keeps coming up in our discussions, most of the things that governments do, right, don't make money.
Exactly.
And even some of the things that people in their mind think make money, I keep thinking to myself, but wait there, how you mathing?
You know about that.
When we came in, when the whole thing about this, when the whole Skellig debacle was going on, people was calling in here asking where the money gone, and I'm like, asking what money?
They assumed there was some money. They assumed there was some money somewhere.
Just because you know that the particular entity accepts money, don't mean it's actually profitable, you know.
I think that's what they thought. Everybody paying bills, everybody paying electricity.
If everybody pay the
so
bill,
they must got money.
Let me tell you something.
No.
If everybody pay the bill upfront and on time,
maybe.
No, we still off by millions. We still gonna be off by millions.
I just don't watch Skellig when I think about money.
But that is even some of those types
However,
of.
pay a bill though.
Yeah,
Please.
Yeah, don't post deeper in the hole. The national duty.
Please.
They are getting dividends. Come on.
Use it on the bill. Patrice come here tell her the other day. All who pay a little thing. I could win money. I could win at $10,000. You know. Don't forget that. If I pay a Skellig bill on time, small 10K. Might be ours.
Ooh. I could use one of them there right now, bye.
I'm telling you, even more than the dividend.
Bye. I really got to find out something to make some more money. But that's outside this conversation.
Yeah, man.
But that's things like Skellig and whatever, water department, boom, 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 right? People like, they forget like the government in charge of like healthcare, the schools. Let me ask you a question, Jade. How much money do you think the school bringing into the country?
You mean on an average?
How much money y'all think the school bringing in, the school system, the education system bringing into the country, like annually?
Well, you know, by my calculations, it's about $0.
By my calculations, it's negative a lot. It's negative millions. Like no, also like you look at the police.
How much money they bringing in?
How much money you think the police bringing in? They might be the actual only one that are bringing in money.
You mean if you count all them tickets?
If you count all them tickets, they might actually be breaking even.
They do the national duty.
They might be breaking even.
What? More than that?
They might be the only.
Then they get Christmas bonus and stuff.
They might be the only government entity, the only police force across the world that does actually bring money to the government.
Make up by yourself. I doing our national duty.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to find ways to. We're gonna have to find ways and avenues to earn. right? And it might not be the government responsibility to, for instance, just create some business that is now profitable and makes all this money. Like, is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. But what the government can do is put measures in place, create the environment where where profitable business could thrive, right? And also incentivize people to go into those areas. So when we start talking about how we're gonna make more money and thing, you can't tax your people. You can't tax your people into prosperity. You can't tax your people into prosperity.
As I said, I cleared a mattress for my son's bed, right?
Oh my gosh.
The mattress cost me $42.
Yes. Let me hear this now.
And I paid $106 US.
106 US.
To clear it. So I bought 3 bed.
And not only that, Jade, bear in mind, it's duty free.
It is duty free. I bought 3 beds.
You're lucky.
Yesterday.
You're lucky it's duty free.
That's what I said. I literally said, boy, if it was a duty free, Jada was going to be sleeping with me. Because,
Now I got to step there.
Yeah, man. $106 for a mattress, you know? For a toddler, that cost me $42. Me can't afford to live in this country, you know? I gotta fix it.
It's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. Hey, but guess what?
CBI.
Money running.
Yes.
I ain't watching nobody pocket. You take your little whatever it is, take it and do something with it. That's what I would that's the only thing I would ask people to do. Is make it useful. Like like I know what I gonna do with mine already.
Me too.
You care to share?
It's going to a bill as him.
Going to a bill?
I'm an adult.
Mine going to something similar. Mine going right down there to my social security.
Yes, I'm
Drop
an
some
adult.
social security, whatever that check is, you're going down to you.
Matter of fact, don't name game. Just.
Yeah, you could just apply it to my social security.
You see, as him name pop up, just put it over one time.
Whoosh.
Somebody said, well, if we talk about citizens, they said citizens and residents. Stop skipping out words to fit your agenda. It literally says citizens and residents. You know what residents mean? People that live here.
No, but they're doing it. But it seemed to me like they're doing it through the social security system, right? So that would mean, in essence, people who would have contribute, like citizens who would have contributed,
and
are presently contributing.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's even. To my knowledge, it don't seem as though, like, for instance, it's every child from the age of 1 day to the oldest person breathing on the island. I don't think that's what it is.
No.
I don't think that's what it is. But I'm pretty sure we'll hear more about this. And, like, oh my God. Like, even these arguments that say, well, let's say this and let's say that. Yeah, but look, they're defining it. Like, they're defining who is for.
They tell I who is for.
Yeah, so they're defining it. So just let them define it if that's what going on.
I can tell them, no, it should be for these people only.
But that can't be the argument. The argument can't be, like, a semantic one. Because then you could argue against dividend, you could argue against all these words that they're just using, right? If you like I said, I believe that there are legitimate discussions to be had about whether or not this was perhaps the wisest move. But because this is a bit of problem too. You see this payment coming? When do you think this will never stop?
We can find out, innit?
Because no government gonna want to be the one who decide to stop it.
Every December 5th, we're looking for that dividend now, eh?
Oh, we're looking for the announcement.
Yes.
Looking for the announcement.
Just so hard to look for a double. For the people like us who can't get double. Yeah. We're looking for that dividend. Anyway, let's take a call before we move on. Okay. What that finger?
This thing is giving me.
What that? Ain't got song so? Mia. Okay, if I hit him back to the listen, ain't trying to answer the phone ain't trying to answer himself. So
Jade, I had been home trying to figure out why am I getting this feeling in my finger it's like the rest of my hand is in its mid-30s, but my thumb has to be about 86.
and now we know why.
I tell you, is this phone in here, the thing giving me rheumatoid arthritis?
There we go.
Good morning, caller. You're live on ILNT. What's up?
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Very interesting topic. And you know, you guys really and truly deserve honor, you know, a medal or something. You guys just set everybody there bright.
I appreciate that.
My take on this dividend payment, is it the best use of money? I mean, if you give people money, some people are going to spend the money, some will put up the money. But what will be the return for the nation? You know, there are so much sectors in St. Kitts and Nevis which actually need to come up to speed. And we're going to ignore it. You're going to throw money at this thing, just throw money because your campaign promise, when it make no sense. Look at the agricultural sector. That money could go into the agricultural sector and actually put the agricultural sector in a state that it could add to GDP. That very same money. There are so many farmers out there who are hurting, need cash to farm because agriculture is very expensive. To farm is very expensive. But to do this thing here, I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't make sense. And then another thing again, you say resident. I don't think that somebody who ain't a national of St. Kitts and Nevis should benefit from the nation assets. So to say resident is something need questioning. Because some people might be here because they're paying Social Security, they will receive from the national assets when they are actually not nationals. I have a serious take with that. I think it's all about vote catching, campaigning. And I will say this dividend payment is going to actually hurt taxpayers in the long run. Because I'm looking forward to the day when you hear that you have to pay a little bit more in taxes. Because I know it is coming to that. Because if you look at the CBI program, it's in decline. So you can't keep up with the day-to-day activities in the country, which is CBI supporting. So I think it's something that this government needs. I mean, I know the Labour administration over the years cannot govern. They are very good at winning election, but when it comes on governing, they always have an issue with that. So I ain't going to be surprised. That's the reason why we reached to the IMF in the first instance. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir, for your contribution. But Jade, I want to say, right, you really got to applaud. You really have to applaud the cabinet, government, all the people who are involved in this, Ministry of Finance, CBI program, etc., etc.
Love it.
Because generally, across the world, when you start hearing things like we inherit a deficit, you don't really see things like this being paid.
Nope.
Even in companies, Jade. And that's why it's so interesting that it's called a dividend payment. Because generally, companies don't pay dividends out of deficits here, out of losses here. Generally, the dividends are paid on profits. But you
have some money recently away not yet?
No, that's what I'm saying. So you got to applaud them.
Yeah, man. That's how you turn around.
Are you in India? So are you in Ghana?
Let me.
Are you just saying, hey, if you get the little check, all I could say is, please use it wisely. Don't go down on this side. You're balling out by the bar with your partner. Them talking about round for everybody.
Ain't that type of time.
Boom bam.
Remember January payday is late. I always forgetting that one important fact, you know. I ball out through December here and there. Then January I am hungry. Cause the ramens can't stretch. And I again pay till the last week in January.
Perhaps what we could have done is, in addition to what is being done, maybe we could use this opportunity or some money to hold workshops to teach people if who are interested in getting into the CBI, what's the process? What would be the requirements?
That would be a good way to continue to do this.
The reason I'm saying this is that it does seem as though the CBI has afforded a number of our citizens another avenue to change their financial situation. Right? It does seem though it's many lawyers. Right? I wish it would, and perhaps a few CPAs in there. Right? So perhaps there's other people that could benefit, even learn to navigate its way around. I'm sure.
That would be a good idea.
For instance, just like we have a lot of people here who, because of the limited investment opportunities, right, high yielding investment opportunities, a lot of people invest in land and stuff like that. But I don't think, again, there's a lot of information around that tells people like, hey, if you live in St. Kitts, and you're looking to make some money, or you're looking to at least set yourself up in a way that you have something that you could pass on to your offspring. Like, these are some of the most tried and proven ways to do exactly that.
Indeed. That's what we need.
Yeah, we need some of that. Yeah. Let's do some workshops on financial literacy, on earning, on gaining and keeping wealth, on how to grow wealth. Like, yeah, let's get some of those things. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let's jump over to another country. I mean, this is something that everybody has been seeing all over. It's been in the news a couple of times. Well, women.
We spoke about it, actually.
Yeah. Women NBA star freed in U.S. prisoner swap. So yes, Russia freed woman NBA star Brittany Griner on Thursday in a dramatic high-level prisoner exchange with the U.S., releasing notorious Russian arms dealer Victor Bout.
Boot.
Oh, sorry.
Because I don't want to pronounce this man's name, man.
Yeah, because he gonna kill me now.
Yeah, he the kind of man you mispronounce his name.
He ain't gonna add me to none of them notches on his belt.
Yeah. Let's get a name right, because
Victor, I'm sorry.
Mr. Boot.
Mr.
As a matter
Boot.
of fact, Mr. Boot. Let's go there.
American and Russian officials said the swap at the time heightened tensions over Ukraine, achieved a top goal for President Joe Biden, but carried a heavy price and left behind an American jail for nearly 4 years in Russia. So you got something?
This is interesting.
My people cuss.
People cuss?
My people cuss. No, Winston, there's a holiday in Antigua.
It is a holiday.
The deal, the second such exchange in 8 months with Russia, procured the release of the most prominent American detained abroad. Griner is a two-time Olympic gold medalist whose months-long imprisonment on drug charges brought unprecedented attention to the population of wrongful detainees.
I remember it.
Biden's authorization to release a Russian felon once nicknamed the Merchant of Death.
No, that's his name still, man.
Yeah, I know why they keep saying once.
Yeah, that's his name. They're trying to smooth it out.
Yeah, no. I mean, he locked up for a little bit, so he really couldn't live up to
But
him.
no,
Yeah,
that
but
was
no,
his
he
nickname.
coming back, man. He come back with a vengeance.
No, when Monkeyhead went jail, when he come out of jail, he was still Monkeyhead.
Oh, sure. Underscored the escalating pressure that his administration faced to get Griner home, particularly after the recent resolution of her criminal case and her subsequent transfer to a penal colony. The swap was confirmed by U.S. officials with direct knowledge of the negotiations, who were not authorized to publicly discuss the deal before a White House announcement and spoke on condition of anonymity. Biden spoke with Griner on the phone Thursday while her wife Cheryl was in the Oval Office. The president was to address reporters later in the morning. Moments ago, I spoke with Brittany Griner. She's safe, she's on a plane, she's on her way home, Biden tweeted.
How do you feel about this, Jade?
Listen, I could say what I want, but if it was Ayo, if it was Ayo in a Russian prison and they had to trade Ayo for arms dealer, I was going to feel that way, you know.
But Jade, that's anybody, Jade.
That's my point.
But that can't be the point.
What do you mean?
That can't be the point.
You ask me how I feel, then I tell me that my point. If I get locked up, I trade me for whoever, you know. For whoever. So you want them trade for you?
No, but I'm saying everybody would, Jade.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is that's not the issue that's being discussed.
I'm not sure why they didn't trade for the other American prisoner. Like, may I understand the situation with that, so I can't really speak about that one.
I know what it is, Jade. It is about, and this is something that is getting worse and worse and worse, Jade. A lot of the things that these politicians are doing is all about optics, Jade. Mm-hmm. It's not about what is best for anybody, right? Mm-hmm. She was just the most high profile.
Yeah, man.
This garnered a lot of attention, and what that also did, I do believe that going into the break, they needed a bit of a win. The Democrats needed a bit of a win. I also believe that yes, there was a lot of discussion from particularly black media, particularly black independent media about this particular topic. So yeah, I think that played into it as well. But I think on a even bigger level, I think why this had to come to an end in the administration's eyes is because it was continually signaling a level of weakness in the U.S. foreign policy, like foreign influence, right? Don't get me wrong. The fact that they had to make this is the trade they had to make, I think it confirms that. But I believe that everybody kind of saw that this is what was happening, like for quite some time, right? On a different level. The reason why I bring it up this is because I brought it up earlier this week, which is the fact that we have this thing going on now where people are so entitled, people are so enamored with the idea of freedom. So you have this entitlement, you have this belief that freedom is free. And so what happens is that people do not understand the responsibility that comes along with freedom. And so when they end up paying consequences, instead of paying the consequence, what happens is we start to find ways to try and negate the consequence. And this is just another example of that. The laws in Russia are ridiculous. The whole thing was a sham. The whole thing was a sham.
What if Putin wanted the heater, okay? Putin wanted his heater released.
Yeah, Putin wanted the heater released. But at the same time, it's like, Jade, you don't put yourself in that position. You go into the country, there's a responsibility on your part to understand the laws of the country to which you're going. Indeed. Right? You also have to understand that even in America, where she's coming from, she could have been arrested for the same exact.
And they swapping nobody for that.
She would have been arrested. Yes, of course, the penalties may not have been as severe.
No,
and so this is not a conversation about whether or not she should have been arrested, whether or not the laws are legal. This is just a discussion about, you're going there, you need to understand the laws. Right?
And that's for you.
Yeah, so...
Sorry guys, you're itching me badly.
You go... So it's like... It's sad that she was in this situation. But you go and you release the guy. Jade, I don't think people know what this guy... Not only been accused of, but what he's admitted here. Like this. The man asked the man.
I hear about a hitman.
It was Angola.
A real one.
It was Angola and... No, he's an arms dealer. So like this man been accused of like selling like 5 tons of C4. Like that seemed like that. You know how much C4 it take to like blow up this entire building?
Made ready to find out.
Like just about this like a sheep egg, yeah.
Yeah, made ready to find out, man.
The man just put a little strip of C4. Like a few ounces of C4 to blow up like walls and so. This man selling 5 tons of C4.
Yeah, man.
This man selling 30,000 AK-47s. This man, for some reason...
What you even find 30,000 AK-47s?
That's the point I'm making, Jade. This man sell, like, must he... another 30 surface-to-air missiles.
Where do you even find these things, sir?
This man,
Where are you shopping?
Jade, one of the most interesting ones for me was the man was selling airplanes, like 500 airplanes with grenade launchers on them.
What kind of bundle deal this?
What kind of warehouse this man got?
Like, honestly, where is he finding these things?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, where do you even find that?
There was a conflict, I think it was in Angola, between Angola and somebody. They asked the man, okay, bro, tell us seriously. You were selling arms to both sides of the conflict? The man said,
Yeah,
but if I didn't sell them, somebody's going to do it.
exactly. Everybody need weapons. It's
The
a
man,
war.
the man said, it's a war. Like, if I didn't sell them, somebody else was
You think if TDC, if they when election come, you think TDC don't sell to everybody?
They do.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Blue paint, red paint, yellow
Orange
paint,
paint.
orange paint, all kind of paint.
Everybody
selling.
get. So what do man do?
You want to paint, I want to paint, everybody want to paint, we selling.
I tell you, oh, you want a little missile that comes with a plane, or if the plane come with the missile, me know which one more important.
Now, the argument of we should have traded for Marines, or we should have traded for other personnel, or that veterans or like, servicemen should feel away. I get that to a certain extent, but the difference is, I believe that one, when you sign up for certain jobs, there's certain risks that come along with it, and you should be reserved to hey, this is part of what I am risking if I do this. Just like how she was, like I said, if she knew what she was risking, she should be in a position to have to pay the consequences, right? If you end up behind, if for some reason you're born in America, end up in Russia doing things against the Russian state, then you might have to pay some consequences for that.
Yeah.
But even more importantly than that, them there was not the trading block trade.
What you?
Them contract deep. They couldn't get out of the contract there. They just weren't on the trading block.
No.
Their free agency ain't come up yet.
Yeah, just wait your turn.
Right.
Wait your turn.
Yeah.
In my Uncle Dougie voice.
Yeah, the trade was
I wanna what he be? What? Okay, let me see what he do.
the merchant.
No, not Mr. Death over there. I'm talking about the Marine.
Just multiply them. They're talking about this one particular guy because
That's what I'm looking for.
but there's multiple.
But what he do? What he look up?
Or what he was charged
Oh,
with.
he was spying.
Yeah, he was a spy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that they're harder too. But then,
Yeah, the amount of KGB spies in America. I was
I can't
watching.
trade for everybody, but that's a hell of a trade, boy. You trade the arms dealer for women's NBA star. Listen,
Right, yeah. I think
they better now don't even touch a cigarette again.
Let me ask you a question now. So the trade was made. The two teams came to the table. Obviously, one team is seen to say, well, we probably got the better of the trade.
Yeah, man.
You think they trade him to put him on the bench? I think he joined in the game one time.
That's our first round draft pick, boy. What you mean?
You're making that kind of trade to put him on the bench.
But he's a starter.
Okay, hey, we know we just trade you from America, but we got this match
gotta
against
work for
Ukraine.
We got work for you.
We got this match going on right now with Ukraine. We need you.
It's a serious subby right now. That's a star player.
I just wonder how he feel, you know.
How you feel, boy?
Because imagine, you name the Merchant of Death,
Yeah.
Jade.
Not for style.
Not for style. That's the whole point I'm making. So you work so hard on your nickname, right? You done had to sell 500 grenade launchers from airplanes, right?
Wild.
And then the man trying to tell you, the man come to you and say, hey, Mr. Boot, Mr. Death, you're getting traded. Yeah, for who? For who? For who? Jihadi terrorists? What going on here?
That was offended when you find out who he traded for?
But the man work on who? A NBA star? No man, let me back to Mr. man. Y'all disrespecting me, man.
Man, and the man was on the first plane out.
But he had no choice that to drag him. Jade, the man done work so hard and he
He
rep.
didn't look dragged to me.
The man done work so hard and he rep, Jade.
He did not look dragged.
The man just walk out.
I sure I see the man skipping to the plane.
But no, the man walk out. But no. Y'all want to tell me they ain't got some kind of jihadi terrorists? No Boko Haram, nobody, nothing y'all could have find to trade me for?
We won the trade. Okay? We won the trade. So I see the man skipping to the plane.
Undermine the man hard work all these years. Come on. Come on, you're disrespecting him.
So you go. So you go. Speaking of hard work, let's talk about why a former president has gotten 16 years in jail. If he's a farmer, anything, especially a president, and you get 16 years in jail, you failed at life.
Not really. The truth is that a lot of that going on.
I know this. I know this, man.
Yeah, and sometimes.
But you have to.
No, but some of these things starting to feel very I mean, not that it's very political, but yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about this particular guy.
So yes, he was sentenced to 16 years for fraud and conspiracy. A court in Guatemala has convicted former President Otto Perez Molina and his Vice President Roxana Baldati on fraud and conspiracy counts, sentencing them each to 16 years in prison. Perez Molina was found guilty on racketeering and fraud targeting the customs system, Judge Irma Jeanette Valdez said as she read out the sentence on Wednesday. He was sentenced to 8 years on each count, and Baldetti received the same sentence. Perez Molina and Baldetti resigned in 2015 and have been in custody on charges of permitting and benefiting from a customs corruption scheme known as La Línea or the Line. The scheme involved a conspiracy to defraud the state by letting businesses evade import duties in exchange for bribes. About 30 others, including customs officials, and business people were implicated in the case, which involved about 1 million in bribes and 2 million in lost income for the government. Some of those accused were acquitted on Wednesday. Perez Molina, who governed from 2012 to 2015, continues to deny charges. He remains under investigation in 2 other cases. It is a lie, the former president. Age 72, he ain't living that, no man. He ain't making it through that 60 years as him. I'm telling you. So whatever other charges are gone, let them go. Let them go. The man ain't gonna be around for them. Said during a break in the court proceedings on Wednesday. Nobody has ever said I gave an illegal order, and I never gave any. What do you mean nobody? So they just tell you that's what they're locking you up for?
It seems as though it's similar to in the US, like a RICO case. Like I don't know what they call it in Guatemala, but it's almost like you're part of this conspiracy, right? So you get roped in.
Well, he said he is disappointed and frustrated. I mean, as I would be too. Anybody give me 60 years in jail? Those are some of the feelings.
Anybody give me 16 hours in jail? I feel him for that. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I trying to not have to like overnight in here.
And not even a day.
Yeah.
Many people want to go.
Hey, but I'll tell you something, right? Quick shout out to the guys them over in HMP. Big up yourself and keep your head up, G's.
Man, if I had to listen to ILNT, but bless up.
Come on, you have to. Keep your head up, G's. Up to last night, I was talking to a friend of mine. They are telling me we have a mutual friend who got into some trouble, and he's now incarcerated.
Yeah.
He's saying something wrong with that time, he gone too long. I said, boss, I don't know how they calculated this thing, but I don't know what going on in there. I don't know if they're adding on more time, but I keep your head up, G's. Anyway, but with this situation, Jade, this does seem like something that you would expect around the place, eh? Like, the duty them too high. And so what happens is, instead of people paying the duty, you know what they do? They try to find ways around the system. It happens everywhere, including here. Jade, you know how crazy it is that people bringing in something, whatever it might be, have to make the decision and say, hey, it might actually be cheaper for me to buy a ticket, knowing how crazy the tickets are. Go to the US, pick up whatever it is, and come in just to avoid the duty. Just to avoid the duty. By the time you check up how much it's going to take to ship it, how much it's going to take to clear it, and think, people that just walk out, it's cheaper for me to literally go see my family for the night and come back.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Like, we're not supposed to be at a place where that is even a possibility.
Not at all. But it is. Here we are.
And I do believe that if we were to lessen duties, what's going to happen is we're going to actually see an increase in imports, one. But two, it makes us more competitive. I think it really does stunt development of a lot of areas. You have to understand. Okay, for instance, people like involved in media in particular. People involved in any media and the arts. You know what I feel when you got them dance groups bringing in costumes for all these dances, and sometimes because of maybe the lateness of the notice and that kind of thing, it's difficult for them to get the approval for any duty free. Sometimes you might be able to get it. Sometimes you might not. It's just it's difficult. You go in your order. Imagine a cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
A cameraman
I
has
got to imagine.
okay. So cameramen have to order lenses. One lens, $2,000 US.
And up, man.
No, see what happens is they really want the one that costs $3,000, but because you have limited funds, you can't buy the one. So you have to buy one to then figure out, hey, I got to pay duty at this, so this is all the money I got, so boom, boom, bam, boom, bam.
It's crazy, you know? What do you think people they in December especially ordering and goods being imported it does rise so much? Because duty off, that's the only time we could kind of afford it, and you don't see the prices when they reach saying it.
The problem is like these kinds of environments spark these type of black market, these type of people try to get around the system. People try to get around the system. That's what it encourages. Unfortunately, that's what it encourages. So imagine it's cheaper for you to pay off a bribe to a politician
than to just order
than to just pay the duty at the port.
Oh my God.
That is telling you something.
What kind of life is this?
That is telling you something. The duty is supposed to be high enough.
For you to have to consider illegal activities.
But not even consider illegal activities. Jade, we're talking about paying off like high level executives across the board.
Just
so
to bring you some
so
food.
that them man ain't doing all of that. Them man ain't putting the freedom on the line for no $50. You know what I'm saying? So that means the duty got to be insane. The duty has to be insane.
But the man said nothing. He ain't do that.
Yeah. Hey, keep your head up, G.
A small 16.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
Hey, on another note though, speaking of customs, I see they extended their opening hours, so big up the customs for that, this time of year. Because of the increase in the traffic up there.
Yeah, man. That's yeah. I matter of fact, I think on Monday they will be on with us to talk about it.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell us how they are going. You see, Sizzler burning up. He plucks them.
Yeah. But anybody find out what actually going on?
All in all, I got the rest of man irate. But he was nice enough to consider the children. The children are innocent.
The children are innocent, Jane. Children are innocent.
The man said two things throughout the whole video, back to back to back.
Yeah, because it was a lot of long talking. That's the man iration. Hey, good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Good morning. I'm hearing your conversation making reference to the cost, the taxes being payable on goods being imported into the country. And unfortunately, I think too many of us have a misunderstanding of how the system works. First of all, with one exception, namely the fixed environmental levy on motor vehicles, the taxes that one pays on goods being imported into the country is a factor of how much the goods cost. So if I import something costs $100,000, my taxes on it totally could be $60,000. And you say, $60,000 to bring in that there, that's a lot of money. On the other hand, if I import something that is cost $5,000, the taxes on it will only be $3,000. And someone say, well, I only pay $3,000, but it is a factor of how much the goods cost. Another important factor that people fail to consider, and this is especially people making personal purchases. You know, I import a washing machine, I import, something for my living room or whatever it is that you may have paid $100 US for an item, but the taxes that you pay are not based on $100. The taxes that you pay are based on the $100 you paid plus the cost of getting the goods to St. Kitts. And if you paid $100 for the item, but because of the size or the weight of it, the freight was $150, the taxes you are going to pay is based on $250. And let me make it clear to everyone, this is not St. Kitts, Nevis. This is universal because taxes are paid on something called CIF, cost of the goods plus freight plus insurance. And you say, well, I didn't insure the goods. It doesn't matter. Cost, the freight is the largest portion. The insurance is minimal. And so we need to understand we should not be blaming customs and saying, Lord, they're taking too much money, they charge me too much, when we choose to ignore the amount that appears on the final bill that says freight. Because in many cases, because of either the volume or the weight, the freight of getting it to you is greater than what you paid for the goods itself. So let me give you a case in point. I may import a watch, and I got this watch cheap at Walmart for $20. But the watch is in a box large enough to avoid someone stealing it. And so therefore, the freight on that box, which contains a single $20 watch, maybe $50. Well, you're not going to be paying taxes based on a $20 watch. You're paying taxes based on a $70 watch. Why? You could not get the watch to St. Kitts unless you had paid the $50 freight. And so we need to take that into consideration. It is not the discrete quantum of dollars that you pay. It is the percentage of the value, the total value of the goods coming to St. Kitts. And this notion of blaming the people at customs as if they have a personal interest in taking money out of people's pocket is very, very unfair. And unfortunately, however, this goes on year after year, and it applies right across the board. And then also we turn around and we blame and say that the local stores charge us too much. Well, if I'm importing one pair of shoes, I am going, we say, well, look, how come it cost me so much when I could have got it downtown for a different amount? If I import one pair of shoes, the freight on that one pair of shoes, maybe $20. If, however, I import a case of 40 pairs of shoes, it might have only been $100. And so therefore I'm able to distribute as the importer my cost over the shoes. Plus, I'm getting my shoes at wholesale price. You're getting your shoes at the retail price in the store. So those are some of the factors.
I understand.
That is my contribution.
I understand. I'll respond to you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. So I don't believe. Okay, let me first say, I agree with the part that the caller suggested that sometimes the personnel at customs gets wrongly accused. They don't set the rates. They're just going by what it is they're told to do, right? They're doing their job. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times though, the face of the company is who you interact with, and then they get the blame. That's why it is. But the truth is, it's not really them. But this idea that people somehow don't understand the system or are not aware of how things... No, I think people are quite aware. You know how I know people are quite aware? Because of the concerns and the claims that we hear. People don't just be up in the air thinking like, but watch here, how is it that... no, people know that the percentages, that is based on a percentage. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of times there's two claims that relate directly to the government, right? One, the percentage is too high.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the CIF is one thing. But then when we also pay VAT on the tax as well, that is also another issue. So as a matter of fact, I think that signals to me that people are quite aware of why the cost is what the cost is.
Mm-hmm.
They are aware that they are aware that freight is also included. They are aware that it's a percentage of what the overall cost is. I think the complaint is it's too high.
It's too high.
I think it's simple that I think people just believe that it's too high. As a matter, and on top of that, like I said, so it's one, the duty is too high, and then also the way that the VAT is calculated.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they hear people complaining about. So I don't think it's necessarily that people don't understand what it is and think. And not only that, the whole thing with the VAT, that ain't how other places calculated.
Mm-hmm.
So the suggestion that this is how it's done all over, at least that part of it, I don't think that holds true. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the freight cost now, yeah, they ain't complaining to customs, but you know who they're complaining to? Tropical. They're complaining to West Tech, and they're complaining to KDP and whoever else.
I complained to Escrave yesterday.
You complain to everybody, like
Yesterday, sir.
everybody getting a touch. Everybody believes that the cost is just too high. The issue is what is too high? Who too high ain't simply because you are paying a lot of money, right? What people are saying is, look, it is difficult to justify purchasing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Particularly in cases where, let's say, business,
Mm-hmm.
where you have to, in some cases, literally buy it back. You have to buy it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I remain competitive. I'm telling you this because it happened to me. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, like, I might bring in equipment, but I don't work in St. Kitts. You know what I'm saying? I don't work only in St. Kitts. So I now have to adjust things like my price, my cost, based on things like, oh, well, I had to pay this amount for this amount of equipment and this kind of thing. This is how much it costs for me to get the equipment here. But now, the persons who I compete with in other islands, sometimes I compete with Americans. I don't have to, like, yeah, so it's like, it's not a matter that I believe it should be exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
The factors aren't the same.
No.
But it's a difference when you recognize I have to literally buy this thing twice or three times. Like, is it a matter that in some cases one can understand maybe what needs to happen is that there needs to be a scale based on either size, maybe there needs to be a scale based on cap, maybe there's other things that we can do to lessen, for instance, the freight cost, because what is happening is the ship them coming down full of things and going back up empty, and we're paying for the two legs.
That's why I feel like I do yesterday.
We pay for the two legs, Jade. So there are ways and creative ways that we could put things in place to limit those costs, but no, we ain't studying that.
Just charge us because we reach over here.
Yeah, because, we got to send back the boat here. So somebody ain't got to pay for it. But we don't export like that. So have the boat them going back empty.
Anyway.
Yeah. Jay, let's take a quick break and come back now.
Yeah, man.
Boom, bam. Guys, we're going to be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media. SKN, stick and stay.
O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come, feel the spirit of Christmas at the annual Christmas concert at St. George's Anglican Church on Keon Street on Monday, December 19th at 8 p.m. Enjoy top vocalists, children's and adult choirs, instrumentalists, steel band, dancers, and more.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come.
A memorable night of Christmas cheer is guaranteed as always. Tickets for the Anglican Christmas concert are $25 and available at Harper's and the St. George's Rectory.
Heaven and nature sing. Heaven and nature sing.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. And guys, we have a very special guest in the studio with us this morning. Jade, you wanna do the honors?
Yes, we have Leah from the Creative Economy. Good morning.
Second Leah? Say good morning again. Oh, so something going on with you over there. Hold on.
Yeah, we're not hearing you clearly.
Yeah, I don't think it's her fault.
Yeah, definitely not.
I don't think it's her fault.
It is definitely not. But let us just fix that.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're good now. Go ahead again, Leah.
Good morning,
There we
Jade.
go.
Good morning, Azim.
Good morning. I'm so happy to hear you.
I'm slightly hoarse. I apologize. It's been a long week in the spirit of Christmas, but we ended with a bang last night. Everyone was awaiting the much anticipated the prison band, and they did not disappoint.
Oh yeah. Them does turn it up every year. A big attraction. And I want to say also that the people really came out this year. I was so surprised from the Monday night I was down there. I couldn't believe the amount of people that came out. It was really encouraging.
Definitely. I think everyone was just glad that it's back and glad to be outside again. No plug intended for any road match contender.
Well, there is the spirit of Christmas that happened, and I know that there is even more in store and things happening, at the Creative Economy. What could you tell us? You have any juicy deets that you could share?
Wow. You make it seem like it's some big, deep, dark secret. No, it's actually not. Tomorrow, we continue spreading our Christmas cheer. We are hosting the charity event. It began sometime in 2017 with just a children's home. It was called the Children's Home Folklore Extravaganza. This year round, we decided to expand it to include not just the children's home, but the Carden home and also the hospital. Essentially, we've gathered a group of folklore persons who will go to these different places and they will bring a bit of this Christmas spirit to them. So we know that most persons at the Carden home won't be able to go down to the festivities, same at the hospital. So we're bringing the Christmas festivities to them while keeping our traditional folklore alive.
Well, that sounds like such a brilliant idea. I love that. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's something that we like we said, we know happens, particularly for the children. But spreading this cheer around, I think, is a wonderful initiative. And this happens when tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. We start from 10 at the children's home. We have the folklore groups there. We play with them. We decorate a little Christmas tree with them. And then we head on over around lunchtime to the Cardin home where we serve them lunch. We sit with them for a while. The groups will perform. They will enjoy our heritage. And then we move to the hospital where we do a walk through the different wards.
I could only imagine how much the persons are gonna really appreciate and enjoy this.
Spreading around the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah.
I mean, can you imagine having to be in a hospital around Christmas time?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
Or even anywhere where you're just not with your family. Like the last song the band sang last night, the prison band sung last night was I Wish I Could Be Home With You for Christmas. I don't know the actual name of it. And initially I was like, oh my God, I hate this song. And then it hit me about halfway through the first verse. They wish they could be home for Christmas.
Right, exactly. Like
Right, so it was really touching. And then as I think about tomorrow, children in the children's home, who that is their home, who may be longing for the more traditional home that a lot of us grew up in, and persons in the hospital. So bringing this little piece of Christmas to them is the least we could do as the creative economy while supporting our cultural heritage creatives.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure they're excited for this. I would be excited for this.
I'm excited for it. I'm a grown, almost 40-year-old adult, so.
But yeah, plus you never know,
Yes.
You never know the impact psychologically and sometimes physically of a bull troop.
Listen, Jaden.
Somebody might get healed one time, you know. Somebody might get
Well,
healed. I'm telling you.
Which bull troop will
We will have the Explorers Bull Troop,
Oh yeah, man, Explorers big time.
the St. Peter's Actors, the Valon Masquerade, a string band, and the Brotherhood Drummers. So it's a whole ensemble. It's going to be a production. And we know how to put on a production, especially after last week, Friday.
Yeah. Well, somebody, a friend of mine was introduced to the story of the bull recently at my son's Christmas party, and they used to see the bull all the time.
Did they know it was an actual story?
They did not know the story, and they were so intrigued.
This is why we have to continue it annually. I mean, we continue it all throughout the year because otherwise it gets lost. And then imagine 20 years from now, everybody's gonna be like, what is that?
I know.
Yeah.
No, we need to keep the stories going. We need to keep these things alive.
Look, I mean, the truth about it is that, sometimes we frown on tradition, but tradition is such a huge part of what makes us as Kititians and Divisions. Like, we can't afford to lose our essence, and like these folklore traditions are a big part of that. And I'm just happy to see that there's so many people who are still keeping those traditions alive and able to share it, and in this case really bring some happiness, Christmas cheer to persons who are in positions that I'm sure they otherwise would have liked to be out of. So
yeah, I love this. I really do love this.
Jade, when I was small, I didn't want a clone suit bad.
I was in the clone.
You was in a clone?
Yes.
Wow,
I am jealous.
Jade.
I'm going to be jealous of you all day today.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
was a
jealous.
clown
I'm jealous
in Beach
too.
Island.
I want it to
For
be a
many years.
masquerade. I mean, I still want it to be a masquerade. I hear they're going to start an adult masquerade troupe, but alas, now that I'm almost 40, I recognize that I have no coordination whatsoever. So
You don't need
that's
it.
a pipe dream.
You don't need coordination.
This is why you need to get involved. This is why you need to get involved. What better way to work on your coordination than being a masquerade?
I agree. The only reason I stopped playing clown is because my uncle's in the best.
Oh
So I had to give up my dream.
Yeah. See that now is a reason I can understand, because Jade lacks all the coordination in the world.
But I was still a clown for many, many years.
I'm sure you weren't as bad as you are saying.
Oh.
I mean, if you did it for so many years, you must have perfected it over time.
Yeah. Eventually, the stuff started falling in line.
I'm sure if you step back in, muscle memory will kick in and boom.
Yeah, I don't have the muscle though.
Well, apparently you don't need the muscle, and there's muscle under the fat, like those sumo wrestlers. That's how I console myself at night.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good. I'll start telling myself that. There's muscle under there somewhere.
Correct.
Indeed.
Love it.
Just keeping warm.
Yes, we're here at the Creative Economy working really hard to make this carnival experience, Christmas experience, one of the best it's been. We know you've been inside for a while. We know we've tried the virtual, which was excellent and really well put together last year, but nothing beats human contact, nothing beats face-to-face, nothing beats in-person reaction. So we're happy to be out. We're working day and night, along with the Carnival Committee, obviously, to bring you the best product possible this year. And we hope that all our radio listeners and those online looking at us enjoy what we have to bring.
Oh, trust me, I feel like they have been. Y'all have been doing an excellent job. I must tip my hat to you guys for what you have been able to accomplish.
Well, we have good leadership.
Mass.
We have good leadership between the Carnival Chair, as well as our PS for the creative economy, our minister and director, Robertine.
Which she's also coming on next to speak to us. So
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, with this happening, and Leah, please, don't act as though tomorrow is somehow the culmination and the end of what you guys have done, because I know you guys have so much planned for the rest of the season.
We have the Midnight Escape coming up along with all the other things, but the big bang for the creative economy in terms of what we are working on is the Midnight Escape, which is a renewal of Bastille Live.
Right.
But I suspect Director Robertine is coming to talk to you about that.
Who knows what she's coming to talk about?
We're
just excited.
Well, Midnight Escape is going to be phenomenal.
All right. Well, we look forward to that, and I'm hearing more about that for sure. And of course, participating.
Of course. Yes, I mean it's crucial. We do these things not for us, not for our enjoyment, although we do enjoy it, obviously. But we need everyone to come out. It's for you. It's to bring you back into this Christmas carnival atmosphere. Everywhere I travel, when they find out St. Kitts Nevis has carnival at Christmas, it's like, oh my God, how could you do that? What happens to Christmas? I said, it's right there. Like, but how do you focus on Christmas and carnival? We do.
We've been doing it for years.
For 51 years, to be exact. So I think nobody does it better than us, and we have to come out and enjoy it. Don't stay at home. Although if you do stay at home, we do offer streaming options for most of our events on Channel 4 and as well as our social media pages. So please be sure to follow all of them. Creative Economy, the Carnival Committee. But if you can come out, that's the best choice. Come out, enjoy it, have some good, safe, clean fun, and let's bring Carnival back alive. What's the logo this year?
The slogan?
The slogan. Celebrate as one for Sugar Mass 51.
Yeah.
All right.
Indeed. Well, Leah, thank you so much for coming, and good luck tomorrow. I know you guys are gonna have so much fun with the with the residents of these particular institutions, and what you guys are doing. I really want to give you guys kudos. It's an amazing initiative, and big up to all the folklore practitioners as well.
They work hard. I think we underestimate them. It's a lot of work.
Definitely.
They practice constantly, and they move from event to event, and we think, they're just doing masquerade. No.
Nobody can pay me enough money to jump over in a fork, Jade.
I'm telling you. Talk about that? What about the stilts?
Yeah, the Maka Jumblies. We don't have those tomorrow, but at the opening backstage when they were doing their folklore extravaganza, in rushing to come back on stage, I saw one of them almost take a tumble, and my heart literally stopped because I was like, there's no way I could catch this man who's like 10 feet up. But with amazing grace and balance, he managed to steady himself, and he moved on as though he didn't almost lose his life. I was like, all right, good for you. I mean, as I was there, if I was crazy, like, didn't he almost just fall? It's like, yeah, you saw that? I saw that. Did you see? But no, these men and women who carry on our culture really should be elevated. They should be celebrated more, and their craft isn't just something easy peasy. It doesn't matter if you think you have coordination. It really isn't as simple as people think.
No,
which is why
and that's why they take so much time and effort and place into the craft. It really, what you're seeing on display is years and years, not only of their hard work but also of passed down traditions.
Correct.
I think if we recognize that, it really brings a certain level of appreciation for what is on display. So Yeah, definitely.
Thank you all for having me. I just have one question that has absolutely no relation to what we are discussing. There is a bowl on here
No,
with
go
some
ahead.
questions in it.
Pick one.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to pick a question.
And answer it on ear.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I almost avoided this.
Yes.
Almost, but you'll play fast. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're too curious.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah,
now.
let's see where you get.
Oh, wow.
Yes, nice.
What's one thing that made you laugh recently? Let's go very recent. The fact that I almost avoided answering this random question on here and my fastness made me had to answer it.
I love it. I love that bowl of questions.
Yeah, but Leah, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us this morning. Please
Quite
know
fun.
that you're welcome back.
Anytime.
Okay, thank you for having me. I listen to you all the time. Obviously, Jade is my favorite. No offense, Azem.
None taken.
But thank you for having me. And I'm going to move out of the way so that the real boss lady can come through.
All right, Leah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Jade, there we go.
No, it's break time.
Yeah, that mean we got to break. And we're going to be right back in just a few moments, guys. So stick and stay. Don't go anywhere.
Rams is for you and me. Giving back to community. Rams is for you and me. Better for your family. Better service, better price, better value, better choice. Rewarding you for loyalty. Rams is for you and me. Better price and quality.
Shirley is celebrating 70 years. Can you believe it? Everyone loves a Shirley biscuit, known for its rich, creamy taste, as well as the iconic house and flower design. We all know Shirley is the perfect on-the-go snack, and it's truly the Caribbean's favorite. Simply put, there's nothing quite like a Shirley biscuit. I can't imagine life without it. I too love my Shirley.
It's the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
When the star them there, we a top man, we take charge. Have no we drink and we a shell down us. Blast like a star with some a gallop. Overdo it, we take it too far. Take charge, take charge.
We are hot gal, we set the trend. Magnum we drink for the top man them. Wine with the style, no stop from spin. Hot blend, back bend, and take charge, take charge.
Magnum tonic wine, for the real star them. Take charge, take charge. Must be 18 or older, drink responsibly.
Rams is for you and me. Giving back to community. Rams is for you and me. Better for your family. Better service, better price, better value, better choice. Rewarding you for loyalty. Rams is for you and me.
R&B's.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN, and it's still tea time.
Indeed. Well, let's talk about something that is affecting all of us for too long. Not taxes, guys.
Not taxes?
Not taxes.
Oh,
I know you was about to say it. I hear it, you know. Not taxes. We are talking about liats.
You mean taxes?
Well, PM Brown tells liats unions don't think government will negotiate forever as ex-Lealpa president calls for more patience in talks. That's the main thing, policy. I'm buying my now. Come in doing this forever. I feel like that's what you tell them. Well, Prime Minister Gaston Brown, has issued a warning to the unions representing ex-Liat 1974 workers, cautioning against any further delay in agreeing on a settlement. On Tuesday, the Prime Minister responded to a question by a former Liat worker at a town hall meeting held in St. John's, Rural North constituency. According to the resident, who stated that she was a former cabin stewardess, many workers are concerned over the lack of progress made in the negotiations. Minister Brown noted that the government will continue to negotiate in good faith with the unions, but warned that he was contemplating engaging directly with the farmer workers. So this union thing ain't working out, why? Ain't working out.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea, man.
On his behalf?
Yes.
Oh, well. Government has previously offered ex-staff half of their entitlements in cash, lands and bonds. Half, sir? Men do half the work. The Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union, that represents a significant amount of the staff, continue to insist their workers will not accept the 50%. They have said that they will settle for nothing less than 100%.
Seem fair to me.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Same.
So probably need to work out payment terms now. Over how long? Hey guys, we ain't gonna be able to make this payment. We make it in 4 installments over 4 years or whatever. Like, yeah,
something, but yeah, I'm gonna pay me full pay. Let me see.
This is gonna just go to court. That's all gonna happen.
Yeah, that's next. That's definitely next.
Go to court.
So what I was advised by the staff of Liat is that we should negotiate bilateral deals with the staff and forget about the unions. The regional airline was forced to close its operations and lay off its staff in March 2020 after the COVID pandemic exacerbated its financial difficulties. The government has since held discussions on nearly 80 million owed to the hundreds of ex-workers. However, the government maintained its position of a 50% payment to its workers. Unfair. During a Prime Minister's questions in Parliament earlier this month, Brown argued that the unions insisting on receiving 100% payment for its workers has been the impediment in discussions. At the time, he called the union stance extremely unreasonable.
For saying I want all my money.
Boy, I audacious bad, you know?
For saying I want all my money.
So I do my job. I did my job 100%. I did all my work. And now you're telling me, because of mistakes and whatever other reasons y'all have made, that I should accept 50% of what I am owed. Just because. And I am being unreasonable because I say no? Yes, I work. When you work, you expect to get paid your full salary.
You don't come back after the work is done
and tell me
again half of the pay.
That's not how it works. No. I'm sorry, but no.
I understand the difficulty in the situation. You know, COVID. There's been rampant mismanagement. The other thing that I always find interesting about this situation, why is it like it seems like it's just Gaston? Like, I need to figure out exactly, because as far as I know, the other islands didn't have a stake in this. I remember there was this whole idea of selling the stake for $1 and all kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw the government didn't sell ours.
Liat has been a whole debacle. Liat has been a whole. I have to refamiliarize myself with this whole situation, but at the end of the day, someone saying that I want the money that I'm owed in full doesn't seem unreasonable.
Not at all. And that's an issue that we have. We always want to tell people what they should accept for their work and their time and their dedication. If you agree to pay me this amount, why is it that now you're telling me I gotta accept half, or I got to be running you down for my money, or whatever the case is? Like, why do you sleep at night knowing that all of these things is happening? You or somebody, and you ain't talking to them, and you're telling them they're being unreasonable because you want to pay them 50% of the money that they earned.
Are the campaign bills paid yet?
We
got a whole election coming up and a whole another election coming up.
Man, understand that now. Y'all know money is literally obsolete.
One of these days, like, you know what we can do? We're just bringing somebody to talk about, not necessarily. But yeah, we just let them call the party name and the people who've been telling them the thing, because some of the responses just be like, wow. As a matter of fact, Jade, that's a nice topic for a show one day.
The responses.
Some of the best. What are the best excuses you've gotten from people who owe you? What's the best excuses you've gotten, Jade? Like,
as I'm thank the Lord, enough people don't know me. So there aren't many people that dare to go down that road with me.
No, but I want to hear from the callers too.
Yeah.
Like, I would want.
I know people are you. My colleague want me go for me gun buy. That's a good one, you know.
That's a good response to the response.
Yeah, man. That's how you respond to them, kind of.
That one there sound familiar, man. Come like I want me go.
Oh dear. Alright, cut it out, okay? Cut it out, please.
That's about week after week I'm coming up here and telling me.
Listen.
Oh boy. When people try to change their life, we got to assist them, Jade. We got to help them along the journey, not do things that are going to send them back.
I'm telling you, I want people revert to their old life. I am playing in the face of a lot of these devils and I know, you know. The man them out here trying to do better, make a little honest earning.
You understand?
And I are going to other people for weeks upon weeks upon weeks to months.
Telling them the same stupid excuse.
I have to these people once now. That's our problem. I just see the change in people and forget that the whole life is just one situation away.
Yeah. Could just turn back.
One situation, no? And I am back to the old me.
Could turn back the head.
And that's how I pay people the money, yeah?
Hey, that is crazy. But this late situation gone on for too long. There really needs to be some resolution.
Yeah, just give people the money. Yeah. That is the only resolution, as them. They said it. We care about nothing else. Just pay us before salary and it done.
I feel like we're hearing about Antigua owing people like a lot. When any teachers them ain't get paid, is the pension ain't get paid for this particular group of people.
Gaston gonna have
I feel like it's a lot of owage.
Yeah, Gaston gonna have a hard time, man. Got a lot of bills to pay before the election.
But no, there's no way he could pay them. No way he could pay them.
What's up?
No way he could pay them bills. Antigua election gonna be interesting too. Antigua election gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to wait and see how that one play out.
Definitely. When is it? Next year?
It has to be. No one said the wrong date, so but next year.
Yeah.
Next year.
Definitely next year.
Yeah, and I don't think you could have a Christmas one.
And then St. Kitts election is, Nevis election is Monday. Monday. What are you doing over there?
In Antigua?
No, in Nevis.
Oh. I don't know, but you realize that, remember we talked a few days ago about how China's still on lockdown, right?
It is. I thought after they put us, lifted that.
So they just now deciding to kind of relax the restrictions in some of these. I tell you, I believe this is a big experiment here. Because some parts of China, go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Frolic
and Galavant.
amongst the lilies.
Yeah.
And then other parts now,
you ain't going to nobody house. And listen, bye. I'm actually ever get it like I didn't mind the lockdown too much, but I think it's the trauma. Like a lot of people still living with trauma from the pandemic, you know.
Yes, Jane. Yes, of course.
That what is?
He just signed up by himself apparently.
Wow. Watch here. If I and anything about these Win FM Jumbie, wait, they'll just be here working overtime, you know. Overtime.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, it says global economic chiefs hail China's decision of relaxing COVID-19 restrictions. The Chinese government decided to loosen its COVID-19 restrictions as part of the zero COVID policy, and the decision was lauded by global economic leaders on Friday. Both the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, and the World Trade Organization, WTO, aka the NWO, the New World Order. I kid. Welcome the change in stance, and said that the lifting of restrictions will help the country and the global economy in the long run.
Imagine that.
We welcome very much the decisive actions taken by the Chinese authorities to recalibrate the COVID policies so as to create better impetus for the revival of growth in China, the IMF chief said at a press briefing, according to Reuters. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, the global economy as well as the supply chain has suffered major setbacks, with China, one of the biggest economies in the world, also shutting down manufacturing units due to the rise of COVID cases. There was a dearth of stimulus when it comes to the global economy and wealth. However, after the nationwide protests against the restrictions, the authorities in China allowed people to isolate at home and said that people did not need negative test results for free movement. The effort to boost vaccination rates and antiviral treatments is very good for the Chinese people, but also important for Asia and the rest of the world. The IMF chief added at the briefing, China's performance matters not just to China, it matters to the world economy.
Interesting. Listen, I can't believe people still doing this. I still can't believe there's lockdowns happening still. I thought that was like a distant memory. Well, not even a memory, a bad dream. If you are really think back on the time when COVID the hot, fresh out the press. You know what?
It was wild, Jade.
It was crazy. I vividly remember being at work and hearing the announcement that the first case of COVID was announced in St. Kitts. I literally left and went to get my child and took him home.
People didn't know what to do.
No. It was a crazy time because we wasn't sure what COVID was going to be. We was in this bubble where we thought we was protected because we wasn't having any cases and all of these things. And then when that one leak, oh my God.
I knew it was going to come.
Of course.
You mean you knew it was going to come. You were just there saying, bye. It was a question of when and then how bad would it be, right? And the thing for me is, it is a very scary thought. It's a very scary thought about how in crisis governments are able to put measures in place that under any other circumstances would be almost unfathomable. Like Jay, I kept saying it here on the radio. I kept saying, look, these things that people that we putting in place. A year ago, you couldn't have imagined that.
Telling me I can't go outside? Can't go outside when I want to go outside?
Telling you can't come out your yard. You step out your yard, you're getting a $5,000 ticket and gotta go jail.
Sorry? You're telling me you're locking up? Remember when we thought the world was ending for real because we heard this truck. I think it was the oil tanker.
It was the oil tanker. Blow the hand.
Boy, when I tell you, I thought that was God signaling the end, right?
That was the hands.
Because our mentality was so warped at that time that we just was like, anything could happen. This ain't far-fetched. It wasn't far-fetched. You hear that, huh? Listen, boy, when I tell you I went on social media, everybody was like, oh, I hear that. Is this it? Because we never hear it. Usually we at work. We hear it now.
I never hear that, Jane.
Know what I mean? But boy, that was one sound me want hear again. That was something else. And then knowing that you can't have physical like much relationships that probably change because of the physical access now being removed. Cause you don't want to kiss your partner and get COVID, You don't want to kiss your partner and get COVID.
People were sleeping in different beds after they've slept in their marital bed for 45 years. It was crazy. Remember that speaking of governments now feeling they could do things to people that they otherwise would have thought was impossible.
Which government now?
Nigeria.
Oh Lord.
Now remember a few weeks ago we were talking about cryptocurrency, and I kept saying that I am totally against central bank controlled digital currencies. And somebody asked me why I was, and I explained about the level of control you give people if you control their money like that. Well, call me a prophet.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah?
Many times.
Because what's happening now in Nigeria is Nigeria caps ATM cash withdrawals at $45 daily.
Sorry?
They have capped ATM cash withdrawals at $45 daily. Now, one of the things that we could kind of hold on to, Jade, for people who were skeptical about cryptocurrency and what that could do and what banks could do and things like that, was
Is the Gabby?
No, is the use of cash. Like we could use cash. So it's like, okay, cool, no problem. No problem. We could use cash. We could get around that. So how do they how they combat that? They come and decide, yeah.
I could only take off this amount.
I could only take off the $45.
So $45. As in $45 is how much lunch costs in kids,
Nigeria's central bank has imposed restrictions on weekly cash withdrawals to limit the use of cash in an apparent bid to curb counterfeiting and discourage ransom payments to kidnappers. No. Under new policy announced late on Tuesday, the Central Bank of Nigeria said that weekly cash withdrawals for individuals had been slashed to 100,000 Nigerian naira, or $225, from 2.5 million naira, or $5,638.
So you're telling me a week time I could only get $200 or something dollars?
$225. That's all you could get from the ATM. That's it.
Insanity.
Now, of course, a majority of Nigerians have no bank accounts.
Wow. Okay. Well,
and use informal markets where cash is preferred. This move aims to bring more people into the banking system, of course, and will take effect on January 9th.
We see what y'all doing now. You see what they're doing, right?
Yep. So it said the central bank and this is. Wait, what kind of here?
You think there's gone? The story just gone?
The story just disappeared.
I tell all them wind ghosts. Just be working overtime in here.
All right. So it says, I want to read this. The maximum cash withdrawal per week via automated teller machine shall be 100,000 naira, subject to a maximum of 20,000 naira or $45 cash per day, it said. Only denominations of 200 naira and less will be loaded into ATMs, it said. For businesses, the weekly limit has been cut to 500,000 naira, which is $1,128, from the current daily limit of 3 million, which really is $6,766. Withdrawals above these limits shall attract processing fees of 5% and 10% respectively.
Bro.
I wonder if certain people would say that's too high. Or maybe they could just make it 99%. Anyway. This is crazy.
Yeah. Like, so easily it is to control a population. Easy. Just cut their resources.
Look, let me tell you something, Jade. People don't, and I don't think we have a real understanding of what money is. I don't think we have a real understanding of what money is. People like to act as though money is either this evil thing that corrupts you, or the money is this thing that if you go for it, it means you're somehow evil or less than righteous and all this kind of... No, Jade. We live in a world where access to the resources that you need to live is totally dependent on having money.
Every single thing. Every single thing you need. Except ear. But, coming soon.
No, Jay, people that buy ear. You go to a place like China, people have to buy their ear.
Never mind.
You never seen it. You never seen it. Canister
I
ears.
was only thinking about it.
But that's the world. But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in.
Coming soon.
And I am telling you right now, guys, wait for it. The ear tax is coming.
Ear tax.
The ear tax is coming. I'm not even kidding.
I know, that's why
The ear tax is coming right just now. Right here in St. Kitts, it can come. Because if it's one thing the government know to do,
it's tax.
It's find something else to drop a tax on. And we know we can't. Like, nobody's saying we shouldn't pay tax, and tax is the important part of government revenue and running the government and that kind of thing. But again, you can't tax your people out of poverty.
No, I don't think that's how it should work. But
And you can't tax your way to prosperity either.
Because if we ain't got it, how you gonna get it?
Ask the feudal lords of Great Britain. So that they work out for them.
That was the scheme?
That was the scheme, boy.
Well, see why that failed.
Just send the Chevy forward by you, take up all your grain for the winter. After a while, people can just walk over. But no.
No, you are.
No. This again can't work. This again can't work.
But I tell you, it's crazy when you think about the things that you have to go through in life as a human. And lots of them don't make no sense as him. Because how somebody is going to just decide they have more authority than me and going to take up my own food. You're taking up my grain, sir? My only way of income?
What income, Jade? You go in the grain so you could make it through the winter, Jade?
So my only food, my only substance, you're taking it up because...
You're watching your children in the corner there just like...
you got to be kidding me.
You can't even say go out and eat grass. It's winter.
You got to be kidding me.
Jade, I have seen children here in the Caribbean, I won't say which island. I've seen children here literally eat a combination of sugar and mud. Because that's all they could afford to eat.
That's all they could afford to eat.
Crazy. But yeah, here it is that the Nigeria, what they're doing is basically forcing you to join the banking system.
Yeah. No, they have our information.
Use the digital currency which they control. Right? So they have access to all your purchases, where you purchase what. But also they now have control of access to your actual money. And I keep telling you, when the government start to decide, hey man, you haven't paid your Social Security this month, so you can't get gas for your car. Hey man, you were supposed to go and do this health check. Until you get the health check, no cash for you. You can't pay your child school fees. Like, it's crazy, Jade.
No, it is.
It's crazy.
The more you think about it, the more you know that this don't make no sense.
Decentralized. The currencies have to be decentralized. Have to be.
The man them say you can't take out your money. You can't get no money.
The money there, you just can't go with it.
You can't go with it. So you're hungry, and you don't spend your limit. You're just hungry. You're gonna just be hungry. If you hit that limit, that ATM limit, you're just hungry now. Your limit of $217 per a week.
And then the thing about it for me is, they're telling you is to stop money laundering and like kidnapping ransom payments. Like the kidnappers them ain't looking for $50 a day.
No.
They're looking for $100 a day
Definitely
in
not.
ransom. And the thing with money laundering is people aren't money laundering and then taking the money out of the ATM. If the money doesn't make it into the bank, if the money actually makes it into the bank for you to be able to take it off the ATM, hey, guess what? The money's already cleaned. The money's clean, sir. So limiting me at the ATM to take it off, and really, they're just trying to force people to use the digital currency.
That's all. That is literally all. They're forcing you to have no other choice but to use what they tell you.
To join the system.
Yeah, to use what they tell you to use.
And the system is one based on control. And the thing for me is like, you have not necessarily done a great job with the bank services now.
But y'all want additional things, additional services, additional currencies. We'll see how terribly this ends. Because we're going to see it, you know?
No, but and the sad part I have about it is that I think a lot of people don't understand what is at stake. And so, it's the same thing like with the COVID. At first, you think you're hearing anything about protests and so? People don't understand what's at stake. People don't understand what's at stake.
Anyway, they killed 4 cryptocurrency people the other day. So the hush. Talk. You buy hush.
Jade, we ain't got enough for anything for anybody to kill.
You sure?
I am telling you, Jade.
We have enough knowledge, enough friend.
No?
Okay, well,
the kind of knowledge that them fellas who they could have got rid of had. we Who
tell you they get rid of them? They just died in suspiciously
suspicious ways.
Suspiciously strange ways. All 4 of them. Back to back to back to back. But that don't mean somebody kill them. Maybe it just was the time.
Coinkydink.
What a coincidence, yes. One fall down some steps. One fall
Why
out
somebody
a window.
always falling down steps? Somebody always falling down steps.
One drowned. How the other one die?
As a species, we're going to have to figure out if we really want to keep steps here.
Yeah, I think steps is the issue.
Steps might be the downfall of the... People are talking about nuclear warm, nuclear
steps.
fallout. It might be steps.
It's steps.
That ends the human race.
Because we clearly ain't mastered how to use them up to now.
Every day somebody's falling steps.
I fall along some steps already.
But friend, I'm happy that you're here with us.
I'm shocked I'm here. Because it was a hell of a fall and it was some heck of some steps.
Wow.
But I made it. Through the storm. God had a plan for me, yes.
Indeed. Indeed, amen. But Jade, it's interesting. It's really interesting. And I feel like we're going to have to watch these things because we don't want them to. Hey, big up Central Bank, doing what they got to do up there.
But I can't try that here.
But
me don't say that you here because
Jade,
last time that we said I can't try something, they do it. So
the cashier,
let us not.
The cashier ready?
Okay. Let us not say they can't. Because I'm telling you, last time that we said they can't do that, they did that.
No, they showed us. They showed us, Jade.
Definitely did. How what we could do? What we could do as him?
Jade, they wouldn't allow me to enter a restaurant to eat without a mask.
But I nearly couldn't come home.
Yeah, you're right.
I nearly couldn't come home. Because when I heard you need to show proof of your vaccination, I said, huh? Why would I have that till now? In big 2022. Yeah, I'm just going to take my word for it. Because I ain't stopping me from going home, you know? Crazy.
What a calamity, Jade.
Anyway, speaking of ECCB, y'all decorations look fabulous, by the way.
Oh yeah, big up all the persons who were involved in the tree lighting at the Central Bank. Yeah, people take your families, drive around, take a look at what's on display.
Blow me away.
Up at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank headquarters,
Every
the
year.
Bird Rock.
They just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool display. Yeah, so guys, take a trip, go up there, see whatever, the kids might like it.
I'm telling you. The lights are the lights.
Do something with the family.
Yes. Me and Jaden is going to try to put up our decorations this weekend.
Oh.
We'll see how that goes.
You don't seem so excited.
I am. I want to see him actually get to put up the balls on the tree and all of these things. I just don't want to break them. I just really break them. But we're gonna figure it out.
That's part of the. But you're just supposed to buy the plastic ones. That's the problem.
Yeah. The plastic. Well, no, there's something.
They're a little fragile.
Many of the jade and poof. But we're gonna find out. We shall find out. The hard way or the easy way.
By hook or by crook.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but Jade, it's time for us to leave. It's time for us to go. Time for us to disappear back, and time for us to disappear.
And yes, we apologize for the absence of our guest, but I'm pretty sure she's busy doing something creative.
Yeah.
And they have a very special event happening today. 2 of them, actually. What's happening today, Azim?
Today is Festive Friday down in the circus area. So from about 11:30, you're gonna be having entertainment. The entertainment down there is like a big fete. It's like I was surprised when I see the lineup. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, man.
Everything from Steel Pan to some of our top musical artists are gonna be performing down there all throughout the day. And then this evening at 7 o'clock starts the Junior Calypso show. So
do not
guys,
miss that.
do not miss that. Remember to come out and support the young ones. Like, we really need to encourage them to keep the tradition alive. And that's something we're gonna have to look at, Jade. Something we're gonna have to look at. I'm telling you all right now, all of the Calypsonians are from Nevis, not one from St. Kitts.
That says a lot.
That says a lot. So it shows that there's some work to be done. But big up the divisions one time.
Definitely. Couldn't do it without you, obviously, because it's only you.
For sure. So guys, please head out and check out that. And then of course tomorrow is the first of the Calypso eliminations, and then on Sunday will be the second round. So
when we get unexpected in here, don't give up, that man has a way with words, boy.
That man is a national hero and
he
should be respected as such.
In his own right.
Yeah. The only problem with Unexpected is he is very much in line with his name. So we could
don't know what he can say.
So not only that, you don't know you don't know when he can come. Big up Unexpected one time, man. Definitely. But yeah, guys, we're gonna have to head out and get on to the next parts of our days. We want to leave you with some encouraging words.
Yes, and make sure y'all enjoy this weekend.
Yes, please.
Have some rest.
Stay safe. Again, deal with people with love, grace. I am really hoping that we embrace the Christmas spirit with how we talk to people and deal with people.
Not Scrooge like.
Yeah, this is happy time.
Don't be the Grinch. Okay?
It's happy time. Yeah.
Be Mrs. Claus or Santa.
Yay.
Or maybe Rudolph.
But guys, appreciate you so much. Thank you for being a part of the show this morning. Whether you joined us on Facebook, YouTube, winmediaskn.com, or any of the other digital media platforms, thank you so much, guys. Whether you joined us on through listening to your radio on 98.9 FM, big up.
Our callers.
The callers for sure, the commenters on the WhatsApps. Big up yourself as well. But alas, it's time for us to leave. So please remember, before we go, to learn from the losses of others, guys.
Oh, yes.
Also remember to spend more time living your content than posting it. And most importantly, remember you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys on Monday.